for upload. So I kind of figured, I did say to you guys the other day, I was going to do a very quick twin flame update. I have been doing the astrology for all the zodiac signs. I've been multitasking. They're in the format this month of audio, but it's house by house. It's your astrology aspects. There's imagery connected to it. I'm doing a report connected to your chakras and what can come up. And very separately, I'm going to be doing a romance read that hones in on each zodiac sign. Now, I do coach twin flames. I also cover astrology to help us with our ascension symptoms. So it's always really best if you're having spikes in energy to be looking at, okay, where's the Schumann resonance at? How am I feeling within my vibration? Moving into towards the end of the month, we're going to have a full moon in Taurus, and it is going to be on the 31st of October. Now, it's almost paving the way moving into November. Much of us are already getting throat chakra activations, heart chakra activations, higher heart chakra activations. Hi, guys. And it is due to the fact at a yin-yang effect, we're going to have Aries and Chiron retrograde until December 15th. We are having Mars going direct, and that is on the 14th of this month coming, which is going to really ease up the energy of yin and yang with masculine and feminine. So however you're directly relating in with your connections, there has been wounds, and all of us collectively are going through an emotional energy of, how do I feel about the past? How do I feel about my finances? Where is my self-esteem? Where is my value? Who do I love? Who do I not love? Almost picking the daisies, really feeling that frequency. Looking at your beauty, looking at your diet, and moving into November. There can be pivotal points, especially very much linked to the election and things going on. Mercury's going direct on the 3rd, and it is currently collectively in Scorpio. And each zodiac sign, I am mentioning that inside your zodiac readings, which is audio, so I can really tune in and find key point into your health, your wealth, and your career, what the transit's bringing for you for the entirety of the month. So it's not really just that week, it's a whole month overview. So really save them. Feel free to share them when they come up. They are going to be on premiere, so click the bell for the notification. So with twin flames, in a yin and yang, be it you are or you're not, the feminine, masculine energy polarities, the feminine energies are direct, right? We'll put it at that point of view. Let me have a quick look. Let me just look. Okay, so at the moment we do have Venus in Libra. The 9th, you do need to pay close attention to it, because we are going to have Venus in Libra making an opposition to Mars and Aries. And that's about the most interesting day. So when it does come to marriages, contracts, partnerships, all of us collectively are assessing that. Masculine energies inside of themselves are assessing that area, and their wounds do link to these areas. So if you feel as though, where's my masculine? And that can be inside a feminine or a masculine body. We all both have those energies. It is decision, but it's healing because of Aries and Chiron retrograde. And it's looking at their perspective of how maybe they might have pushed you away or may have not let people in due to the fact that Aries and Chiron is requiring them to, and my words are really minced at the moment, probably because of Mercury in shadow. Them needing to get to a point they're looking at from their own personal perspective, taking direct accountability about the areas that they've dealt with in their life, the karma connected things. So if you're in a partnership or if you're in your twin flame journey and your interconnection with that, although we will have Mars going direct, moving into November, it's an 11 month, so it's the yin and yang. Coming into that yin and yang effect with Jupiter direct already, and with the fact that it's making a conjunction point to Saturn in Capricorn, it's the accountability inside of those connections. Looking at maybe what the responsibilities were, what the burdens were, where it was uneven, imbalanced. Definitely with the Taurus moon, it could be to do with finances, it could be to do with disputes, to do with land. And again, emotions, where is this taking me? Is this taking me to a beautiful beginning? Is this taking me to a demise? Is this in alignment with who I am? Now, it can make sudden changes on the 31st, and it is because it's making a conjunction point to Uranus and Taurus. So spiritually speaking, it's almost Gaia energy and crown chakra activation. So keep your fluid up. Both of us in the yin and yang effect will be experiencing it. It can be a sudden change. Now, even when it does come to eclipses, you tend to find extreme weather patterns. You also can get subject matters linking to your emotions and overeating, looking at yourself and wanting to change things around, looking at your money, and what luxuries were that you simply can't have anymore due to circumstances. And, you know, through Twin Flame Journey, we can at times, and all of us collectively, due to the fact that we have so many heavy planets retrograde until next month, we're really in our wound body, in our ego, in our distortion energy, in and out, coming in and out. If you're keeping away from people, yeah, that can work for a while, and it is the 9 energy, the Hermit card energy, but at a time you do need to proceed forward with your viewpoints, and not necessarily your viewpoints, with your life in general. So detaching, taking accountability, looking at the triggers that are coming up and moving forward. The one thing I will say is, due to the fact that we do have Mars retrograde currently in Aries, its first house placement, collective energy, all of us are looking at that. Lack of energy, lack of wanting, lack of motivation, eating very heavy food groups, maybe even completely going off diet altogether and not wanting to eat, and just going for those quick fixes to sweeten the tooth, so to speak, to cope with it. Sometimes we can go to preservatives to really kind of, it can be chips, it can be chocolate, it can be addictive tendencies, so to speak, but doing those things to kind of keep us going. A lot of the chops and changes of what you're going to find, this is a pivotal month. And you can have major things shifting, major movements occurring. Because we have Jupiter direct, it's part of the masculine energy. We're also having Mars going direct, as I mentioned, on the 14th. That's both of the masculine energies direct. So they're going to be more clear in mind, more understanding, although we will have Chiron and Aries retrograde till December the 15th. 15th? Yep. It means we will have the ability to look at our wounds and still deal with people without biting the head off. We will be more cognitively clear because we have Neptune and Pisces going direct. So our hopes, our dreams, our psychic downloads, addressing them, moving towards them. And with the Jupiter energy, it is affecting us. So if we're thinking of problems, accountability, we've got Saturn, Jupiter, and Pluto in that. In the energy of Capricorn, it is third eye energy. So balance it out. You can be really regressing over these old things. What did I do? What did they do? What happened to me? And it can be at times victim consciousness. So with Chiron and Aries, the big subjects that will come up, and it's heavier due to the fact that in the collective, we still, until the 14th, have Mars in Aries retrograde. It's bringing up victim consciousness. It can be bringing up perpetrator energy of, you did this, they did this to me, or nobody's listening to me. They don't understand. Why have they chosen somebody else? So it's all those elements inside of that Capricorn energy. We're tapping into the third eye, and at times it can be even channeling other people's energy. It doesn't have to be that that's what you're thinking. It can be at the masculine level if you're tuning into it and getting the psychic downloads from an empath point of view. They can be looking at these direct situations themselves. They are really going to be making major decisions this month, linking in with what those marriages, contracts, partnerships, energies are. Once it shifts, which it is going to be moving into Scorpio, it's what is the stability of this. And by the 15th, it will be a massive shift within connections of, is this working? Where is the deadwood? Is this going to take me to where I'm going? It can be, the shared resources, legalities, contracts coming up where they're severing ties for the situation because it doesn't serve them. But at a very karmic level, with that aspect of Venus and Libra moving to Venus in Scorpio, those situations are going to be bringing about, by the 21st, the strength to move forward because the sun's entering Sagittarius. So if you feel that things haven't been moving, this month, I have mentioned in your astrology reports the chakras for your zodiac sign that'll come up and what's going on in the collective. So if I'm physically seeing something else, I am mentioning it in your videos. And it is quite a long video in each of your zodiac signs, but it covers the intro, as to what's coming up in astrology. Hi, Dale. It covers the energy of the transit inside of that astrology for your zodiac sign. Then I cover the Taurus moon with the other aspects. the new moon in Scorpio. Then I mention each placement, okay, of what that's doing in the month. And then I move into the love. And, you know, if I've got time, I'll timestamp it. But feel free where you can drag and drop. The image will come up and it'll take you directly to that area. I have mentioned career, money, love, health, your hopes and dreams, your destiny, finances. So it's a very comprehensive report. It's on audio with imagery for me to give you the information that is completely in the whole month of your energy. Now, once we hit most of the month, we are having conjunction points, and it is going to be with Jupiter in Capricorn conjunct Pluto in Capricorn. So it's really bringing up where the masculine's going. It's Jupiter-related energy. It already is direct. And next month, and when I say next month, I'm currently speaking to you in October, but I'm talking about the aspects from the end of October from the Taurus moon and where we stand right now, moving into November. Once we merge through November and we're hitting December, we are having the energy of, and I've got to really stop saying energy because it's really irritating me at the moment. Good old Aries and Chiron. We do have both Saturn and Jupiter moving into Aquarius. Everyone has been talking about this, that the connections inside of Twin Flame Journey and other connections have been very difficult. And this is because of such heavy Capricorn placement. You sort of use the analogy of having a connection, your tires popped, you're asking your partner to come and help you. They're MIA. Why? Because the Capricorn energy is there. They've got stuff going on their side of the fence. And we do tend to take it personal because we tap into, well, why can't you do that for me? But the healthy boundaries is always with self. So at times we're owning it as personal, but if you actually were inside that person's brain, you'd understand the downloads that they were getting and the reasons why they were doing it. Now, with Jupiter being in Aquarius, it's about the people that you want to bring together into your life. It's more conducive with romance. It bodes better. Your tire pops, babe, I'm turning up. You know, this is what I'm doing. And that can be for masculines and feminines. It's both sides. So it will work better in tribe energies. It will work better in more conducive relationships that are in alignment with you. And it will be to do with tribe energy. So if you are currently with a karmic or a person that you feel is not for you in your destiny, as we move to the end of the year, it does become extremely complicated and intense. And you can have the most greatest of aspects. But if you have not been doing the work and you're not in alignment and these aspects hit your chart, it can be very karmic in nature and very messy. And then that energy rolls over to the next side of the year with all the new energy that's coming up. With the eclipse in Gemini, this is where communication can come in, and it's new, it's more movement. They will be more in their feels about being open to communicate. They won't be as secretive with their communication. It's been very mysterious for them because Mercury's been in Scorpio. They may not have spoken about the things that they maybe have had in a wound. They may not have been speaking about how they feel within their contracts. This can be to do with career, children, family, workplace, obstacles, emotions, or karmic connections. It can even be soulmate connections. So wherever they are energetically, it has been very private to a degree. It's almost been embarrassment energy, secretive energy. Some of these secrets during Halloween can come out to play. We do have the Sun and Scorpio conjunct Uranus and Taurus. We also do have, let me look, Mercury in Scorpio squaring Saturn in Capricorn. And it's really looking at keeping their cards close to their chest, maybe making some decisions, following their intuition. Feminines, you guys are going to be doing this too, almost feeling like something's hidden, and your intuition is very moon in orientation. So pay attention to the increments of the moon energies. It's feminine, it's intuition. Drink fluid, get grounded. There is going to be heart chakra activation with the Taurus moon. Already some of you are feeling it. Because we do have the Capricorn energy, I kept mentioning obstinine and tumbaline, and that's due to psychic attacks with Neptune retrograde, the accountability, shadow energy with Scorpio. So yeah, protecting yourself, getting grounded. You can eat the food groups based in those areas. With fluid, you can balance the third eye. for things to that degree. Now, with a lot of the coaching I do, and I'm just going to call it how it is. And look, with my chart, it says I really have to be very careful about how I communicate. So I'm going to keep this as simple as possible. We're not hostage, okay? We have free will. What we choose to do with our life is purely our responsibility. When we are coming to an egoic perspective and we're looking at something, the only thing I will say in twin flame journey from my experience is the fact that alignment is everything. When you're moving forward, be it you want to put the tag on of twin flame, soulmate, it's a choice, right? Psychic energy linking to twin flames is very profound. So at a particular pocket of the journey, you are so intuitively connected that you're wanting to move forward, some of you, which is detachment. But detachment does not mean I have to have a person in my life. Detachment is I trust in the process of anything that is meant for me is going to come towards me. If that means a soulmate, it means a soulmate. If that means my twin, it means my twin. You are in detachment and loving yourself and creating healthy boundaries with yourself. If you feel the need to state, I'm angry at my twin, I'm going to go get a soulmate. It's not like at times you can click your finger and they're going to fall from the sky. If it was divinely guided and it was destined, it's going to directly occur. If you're feeling those trigger points and those statements are coming up, it's because you are frustrated with the weight. But it is all about letting go. It's crazy. It's like, okay, so how does letting go bring them in? Letting go is detachment. It's making peace with it. It's, I have no control over this, which there's so much in our life we don't have control over. There are to the point that we have control of the way we come. There to the point we have control over how we directly relate to situations. Emotionally speaking, if there's things that need to be addressed, not owning that person's work, allowing them to do that, not enabling. And really not taking it personal, but in certain intervals, you can take it very, very deeply personal that there's something you did, and especially with the new moon in Taurus, you may have a belief that maybe as feminines, have we got to the point, as Giggle says, are we in our ascension paths? Are we getting to the point we're not caring for ourselves? Where's our diet at? Is that self-care there? Have we been emotionally saying to ourselves that we're not that Venus energy and that, in the good, the bad, and the ugly, we can be beautiful and lovable in that element? So, clearing the heart chakra, moving into alignment of doing things that you're really passionate about, because it's the most attractive thing about being a feminine or a masculine is having those hopes and dreams and things. Psychically, you do tend to get more psychic attacks, but it's not really psychic attacks. It's channeling energy from your counterpart, be it wherever they are in their life, and in the ebbs and flows, you will feel that vibration coming in. It can be very interrupting, and you'll know that it's coming from them because you have not been thinking about them, and it's just come in like nowhere, and it does cloud your mind. It was very interfering when I went through that stage. We're very telepathically connected, so generally, and you would have noticed this on all my videos, when I am operating from the phone, because I'm currently recording on the computer, I have to be very careful of thinking of him, talking about him, because I do automatically tend to get a phone call unless I can psychically kind of block it out. So even if you didn't want to have the tag twin flame, we all spiritually connected. We all can think of something and suddenly hear from that friend. And the more you develop that, the more it is balanced. But the odd thing is, in a pocket of the journey of developing that and it evolving and transforming, it's actually not permission-based where it comes in, because you're not thinking of the situation. I would be hanging, washing up, feeling like I was on cloud nine, and all these emotions, and I would hear his name in my head, and I'm thinking, this is very interrupting. This is getting ridiculous. And I had no attachment to, I had to be with him. That was how it had to be, what work he had to do. There was nothing. It was like detach. A lot of coaches on YouTube have recommended that you send love and light. And I tend to find it really does depend on where you are in the journey and where you need to, how do I place it? Tune out and not enable. Not get triggered by what they're doing, how they're doing it. If they need to do X, Y, and Z, when it comes up, check yourself. How does this relate to me? And tune out. Because psychically, if you've ever noticed, as soon as you've forgotten about them, you would hear from them. It's because you're focusing on your side of the fence that you get that physical movement. But while you're tuning into them, they feel the vibration of the umbilical cord, and there's no rush. There's just no rush. So it's breathing it out, allowing them to deal with their ascension symptoms, their process, their blockages. If they need you, they know where the phone is, and they're very good with memory. I'm telling you, they are. They have, what would I say? Especially if there's been the energy of shady behaviour. It's like they will remember your phone number in their head. They will have ways. They have means and ways, okay? Know what she is talking about. Yeah. So, my advice always with this part of the journey is when you get the energy coming in, you breathe in, you blow out, and you tune into something else because you're telepathically connected. And while they know what you're doing, it's a bit like stalking you on YouTube. And then they don't have this need to level up, change their situations, because no, nothing stays the same forever. And while they're having that belief system and you're operating the same, making the same cake, yeah, they're going to stay the same because they don't have to change. And we all have to change, both in the way we're directly relating to connections, as well as the way they're directly relating to you, because you ain't going to do that forever. And it's not a threat, it's a truth. It's a transformation. Do you love them? Yes, you do. Even when you're angry. What's that term? You know, hate is the closest thing to love. Why? Because it's an emotion, but it's actually not. How do I place it? We always say that we're all connected. We are connected. We're always there. You are in love with the person, even if they're somewhere else. You sometimes resent yourself for that, but that's the ego speaking. It's, why am I in love with this person who's done X, Y, and Z? Why am I in love with this person that isn't here and giving me anything? Why? Because we have this belief system inside our conditioning. Hi, Louise. Hi, guys. Is that, hey, you know, the analogy I use on YouTube all the time. I've been good. Mum said I'm getting an ice cream when the ice cream truck comes, and then the ice cream truck breaks down and it doesn't turn up, and then you tell yourself all sorts of stories. I wasn't good enough. It's false. The best people and the worst people in the planet have crap happen, okay? Don't connect the ego to you've done something wrong. It's not so. Then we go back to enabling, to victim consciousness, to playing the chess game. You can't do that forever. Then you get angry and you're going, I don't want to do the same thing forever. Healthy boundaries is with yourself. It's if you like something, you're choosing to do it. It's your choice. It's your power. If you don't like something and something shifts and you've given something, you've given because you choose to give it, not because you expect to receive. So just because I gave my twin love doesn't mean to say it had to be reciprocated. That was my job on my side to give what I chose to give. In the overextension and under, I can counteract. And that's with anything in life. But don't turn around and say to yourself, oh my gosh, I really resent giving that. Because that's our conditioning that we're breaking. And it's like you chose to give at that time. It's the past. And sometimes we do freak out and we're like, oh my God, you know, don't have money, don't have this, don't have that. I always show my hands to myself and say, that was the past, this is the future. What am I physically doing to change that? I can't live back there, it's gone. So there's no wrong or right road ever. They're just different lessons. They're different, you know, paths, so to speak. So if you're constantly back there, you're in an ego sense saying that everything's going to reoccur again and again and again. And it is only if you allow it. But transformation does happen. So I do feel many of you, and I'm going to pull a few cards, are going to have a lot of movement with this transit moving forward. So you do need to be prepared. Prior to union for me, I did have major triggers. I wasn't a lot of detachment, but I wasn't. It's really risque if you've had a lot of ascensions, a lot of thoughts to do with your twin, and then suddenly you're saying, hey, I'm going to go find a soulmate. It's just not good for you. Yes, I told you. Yeah, it's just not good. So you need to really let that go and do the healing. And once you're in alignment, you will naturally attract a partner. Okay, you will. But it's not like you have to directly manifest it in. Now, let me see. I'm just going to pull a few cards because I do have to get back into the zodiac signs. So you won't have them ready. And the future ones are going to be more probably week by week, and they will be up before the month starts. It's just the way this year's gone, guys. You know, Mercury retrograde, moving house, doing all those things. It's been pretty tough. But I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm getting my organisation in order now. I've had a lot of bookings, and I know they're really going to increase in the next 2 months due to all the transits. Okay. In between energy. Yeah, there's something both of you aren't seeing. You're healing your intuition. You're healing your thought process. What you think's happening isn't what's happening, okay? What you think's happening isn't happening. Stop telling yourself the false truths, right? Ooh. Okay, pay attention to your guides. Right, this is making sense. Okay, masculines are moving into the energy of transformation. Okay, transformation, a new chapter, wanting this new chapter. And that's the 8th house placement of transformations. It's like, okay, is this working? It's like the deadwood in life. No, it's not working. Could be a thought, could be emotion, could be a direct situation. Is it working? Isn't it? No. Definitely with this being a 6, it could be health. With the energy of health, it is Virgo energy. Definitely moving forward into this following month of November, and from the frequency of the Taurus moon, it is coming up to do with health. Following your intuition, looking at things, getting back down to earth-based frequency, getting grounded, letting, tying up loose ends to get grounded. Now, I'm going to pull some clarifiers on that. That's really interesting. I kind of feel like this is the new chapter it may be linked to something they're not seeing within a family, and something that was hidden from them. But it may not be their lesson. I don't think this part is their lesson. This is potentially on an opposite side. I'm going to pull clarifiers because they've got third eye in reverse, base chakra. New chapter's crowning it, so that's already a given. It's already what is happening, and I'm feeling them very ascended, almost going, no, well, this is where I am. This is what I'm doing. This is my decision. This is my download, and books, but it's more education. It's Sagittarius energy. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, not wanting to, not their lesson. It's like, don't want to be in that lower vibration. Third eye, please. Okay. So, third eye in reverse. What's this about? They know the truth. Okay. That's in reverse, so it's truth. And third eye in reverse. It's like they're not an ego anymore. That something has been revealed to them, showed to them in relation to what needs to go. 8th house placement. Base chakra, a foundation, a home. Blessings. Home is within. Knowing where that home is. Knowing whom that family energy is inside their heart. Also self-worth energy. Them in their stability, which is interesting because base chakra is literally linking to Capricorn of accountability. And Aquarius, so really looking at 2021 and beyond, where they want to be. Again, education, life purpose involving writing, reading, editing. Okay, so something to do with the lesson I'm feeling, because books is coming up as a lesson for me, and it's doing something healthy. I'm going to pull another card there and find out what else they want us to know. And like I said, I'm going to make this short and sweet because I'm going to need to return. They already know who they love. Archangel Michael, someone that they didn't love, they're leaving behind. It's not part of their destiny. Part of that is to do with that other person's karma. And it's also, enabling a person is stopping them from actually ascending to their best possible path and them having, their alignment of life in their life. So it's not to attack. This is no attack on karmics whatsoever. Karmics have soulmate energies too. This is more to do with the fact that, to move them into their happiness. A happy person and a miserable person aren't going to be happy, right? But at the same time, moving it around, and this is going to be a celebration. Both energies moving towards their heart's desires, really expressing what makes them happy. So what they're moving towards is connecting them with their twin flame. This was holding them back, and this is also holding the karmic back, okay? Now, between you, intuition, both of you not seeing each other, both of you may be looking at healing perspectives, which is what I said. Archangel Ralph is assisting you with this healing and supporting you. Aries and Chiron is assisting you. Again, what's your diet? Your vibration, and again, there's green on here, which is high heart chakra. Pay attention to the fact that that's coming up. Venus is heart chakra, and that's the Taurus moon moving into November. Clearing your heart so it can be open to receive. Look at it like a planting ground. Communication coming in with, you've got to be ready between now and the Gemini eclipse, because there can be communication coming in. Your throat chakra can be coming in and out because this person's energy in the yin and yang effect is coming into alignment. Now, feminines, right, let go. You're bouncing back between hermit mode and union mode, hermit mode and union mode, because you're getting the ascension symptoms. You're having the psychic downloads. You need to breathe the triggers out. You need to pay attention to animal totems at the moment. You need to step into, and again, horses, and it's a white horse, does link to freedom. Your soul to be free from the shadow, and I do believe Lilith is moving into Taurus, which again is going to hit that cusp. Again, open your heart. Recoup, look at your health, get into alignment. Don't tell yourself the false stories. You're not beautiful enough, you're not lovely enough. Look, you can, who's going to love you is going to love you for the good, the bad, the ugly. It's true, okay? So just be open to that. But I do feel this is a very positive sign. Okay, mediumship, anything additional you wish to add? I do feel your guides also communicating with you. You can actually ask them to assist you with this time. And with the 8th house placement, yes, this can be to do with their loved ones, if their loved ones are passed over. Again, you guys may not know that you're being protected. So you're probably telling yourself a bunch of hogwash, no union, things aren't coming, this is why it's happening. They're not your enemy, okay? It's not your enemy due to no movement. It's alignment energy. Power animal, what do we need to know about that, please? How do we need to free ourselves spiritually and emotionally to come into soul union? And the unions with self first is so you're peaceful. You want to be sane, right? Come home to yourself. Get grounded. Earth-based frequency. Obstinate, psychic protection. Don't allow the shadow to tap into that, because you're actually not unhinged. It is, again, psychic attacks, but you're not in any danger. I need you to understand that. If you channel energy and you tune into it, tune out and let it go. Get some obstinate, tomboline. Come home to yourself. You're home inside. You're all that you need. Then be open to everyone lovingly and know that you can't break what's broken, right? Nobody can break what's broken. Self-worth value. You are beautiful, you are lovely, you are everything that you need. Why wouldn't anyone want you? Everything that universe feels you deserve is coming towards you, and it's going to balance out all our connections in our family, within our twin flame journeys, providing we're in alignment with our truth and not looking for coddling outside of ourselves, because sometimes when we're triggered, Aries and Chiron, it's like, am I good enough? You know, it's like saying, I'm having a Bridget Jones day. I'll call it Bridget Jones day because I think it's more polite than a fat day. Every human being has those days. You can be any shape or size. It makes no difference. It's when you just feel, you're having those days. Like, not, yeah. And every person on this planet likes a different body type. So be the perfect you. That's all that matters. Do the work. Do the work. Focus on your work. Focus on your side. You will not see this coming. Yeah. Again, you feeling that you're not going to be ready and this person hasn't learned lessons. Again, just focus on your side of the fence. Okay? Well, hopefully this has given you a little bit of help. Clear your third eye. New chapters coming. That's why you're feeling so blooming triggered. You're feeling it. They're getting triggered. They've got throat chakra coming in and coming out. Self-worth energy of them being in alignment with a foundation. Jupiter's direct and it's in Capricorn, which is pretty gnarly. It's responsibility. Where do I grow? Things calling at them. It's almost like, oh, you know, I thought I was going to be further along, but things have been pulling them back. There's no holding you back with these conjunction points coming up next month. There's definitely by December no holding people back with that, because we're moving into the energy of Aquarius. Now, yes, there can be some trigger points coming up. I'll do additional reads as we progress. I just wanted to give you this quick update. Please write something under the video to get the video shared. Everyone who touches base with this video, it does help it go through the algorithm. If it doesn't, and you guys think it resonates, it affects the channel. So it's purely up to you. Even if you want to chuck a comment, how that bodes and how it directly links, feel free to write a question. I will always come onto YouTube and respond back to you. Love and light. Book in if you are needing a booking, because I do fill up fast. There are trigger points towards the first 1 to 2 weeks, especially prior to Mars going direct. It can be very gnarly energy, and that's due to the fact that Mars really amplifies as it takes off, and it can get quite aggressive. So with your trigger points, they're going to kind of, but get grounded. I've warned you, you know, heart chakra, get grounded, look at your finances, look at your diet, get healthy, because Aries and Chiron can link to health, okay? You looking after yourself. Love and light.